We're going to talk today about finding your why, as well as what is your why. But before I go into that, I would love to thank OADSP and everyone involved for giving me this blessing to be up here and speak, as well as all of the direct support professionals. Without you, none of us could do the things that we are doing today. Even though we recognize you just for a day or a week, we recognize you every single day, okay? You are the core. You are what makes this special, and I mean that. Now let's dive in. Again, what is your why? Right now, I hope you're asking yourself that exact question inside of your internal being. What is your why? Your why. It is a statement of purpose that describes why you do the work that you do and why you choose the lifestyle that you choose to live. It is your own personal mission statement. It is your calling. It is literally what picks you up anytime that life's negativity knocks you down. And without that why, without that reason, that purpose, you won't get up every single day that life knocks you down. So I'm here hopefully to inspire you to reach deep within yourself to find what that why is. Now, what I've learned through some experiences and leadership retreats is that each and every one of us have a why. It's inside. Many of us go through life not knowing what that why is. We just go through life, right? Every single day, we just work a job, and we go through each day not knowing why, okay? Well, I'm here to challenge you, just like I was challenged a year ago, to dive deep to figure out what my why is. And I'm thankful for those people who challenged me. So first, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. But remember, this is not about me. This is about you, okay? This is all about you. I found my why, and I'm here to use my why. Now, I hope to inspire you all to do the same. That is a picture of myself. Again, this all actually for me began when I was born May 27th, 1986. The same guy you see here on stage, smiling, positive, enthusiastic. I realized I was that way when I was 2 years old. Well, little do you know, I come from a lot of trauma. I come from a lifestyle that most people cannot understand, let alone fathom. And guess what? None of us get to choose where we're born or who we're born from or the lifestyle that we're going to endure when we are children. But now that we're adults, we have a powerful thing and a tool to use called choice. And I learned that I had that choice. I have a saying up there. You do not have to be a product of your environment. You are a product of your daily choices. I hope you took that in. Again, you are not a product of your environment, the people you're around, who raised you. You are a product of the daily choices that you make. So we're going to dive a little deep, and no, I won't list names, but I'm going to give you some insight on some of those people that were friends and family that I grew up around. And yes, these are their criminal records. Family, friends. These are just a few. The last one is my biological father. He is 3 pages long of crime. Okay? So then this led me to a timeline of events that created who I am today and who I chose to be today standing in front of you. Starting, of course, when I was born, 1986. all the way to 1994. I lived a very traumatic and confusing childhood. And what I mean by that is I grew up in an environment where it was a life of crime, an institutionalized mindset, poverty, sexual abuse. And I do apologize if I get a little emotional, because I have honestly not faced my past until last year, and I am now 34 years old. So it's been a hard journey for me because, like most of you, you can feel me. We push away the trauma, we block out the trauma, and we try to hide from it. But what I've learned is trauma lives within. You can't run from it. So I'm here to encourage you to face it like I chose to do. That is a crime of mine. I was 11 years young, had that same mentality, put in jail, almost to juvie. You would never guess that by looking at me today, right? You would judge me by the exterior instead of learning the interior, because I don't put on that persona. I'm not that man anymore. Disabilities. I come from disabilities as well, which is intriguing because of the journey that I found led me to help other people with developmental disabilities. It's a beautiful thing how life works. So I'm fully deaf in my left ear. I had neurological damage on my left side, and I talked crooked and smiled crooked. And as you can imagine, I was picked on for those things. But that didn't stop me, because I always had this desire, this burning desire to be better, to be great. And not that I'm so better than you or better than anyone else, but better than what I come from. I did not want to be another statistic, nor just another Rollins. Someone has to break that mold, right? Moving forward, 1994 to 1998, my life changed for the better, but guess what followed? Old habits. One thing we all learn and take with us are old habits. In today's society, we're seeing that a lot. Old habits are following many people. Learned ways are following many people. But guess what? I'm here to encourage you that we can unlearn those ways. We can change for the better. And if there's one thing I know about direct support professionals, we know everything about change. We adapt every day. You never know what day you're going to wake up to, right? You go to work, you never know what day you're going to wake up to. But we adapt, because that's who we are in nature. Moving forward, 1998 to current, life just got better. And now I found my calling. Columbus Center for Human Services is my calling now, and I get to use the organization, and they use me as well, as a platform to help inspire other people, whether you have disabilities or not. That brings us to some of those changes that I made. Lifestyle change, accomplishments, and opportunity. But I want you to take a nice, long look at that one word that's right there, mindset. It is a powerful tool, powerful. And if you use it the right way, you can use it for the better. Think it into existence. The power of the mind is infinite. We just learned all about different mentalities, right? The mongers. And we all have those. You know, for me, I call them my demons that I have to face. They talk to us. But it is your mind that you can use as a tool to succeed in life. So that kid that I talk about that got into trouble, that wasn't worried about education, was just out there running the streets, doing whatever he wanted, however he wanted, treating people in unimaginable ways. That child changed around the age of 12, thanks to a strong mother. Amazing mother. The man I call Dad, who is not my biological father. But he showed me a new way of how to be a respectful man, how to treat people the right way, and the focus. So some accomplishments: being on the National Honor Society, and of course, getting my high school diploma. And some people may go, oh, it's just a high school diploma. But when you come from the family I come from, that's huge, because most of them didn't make it that far. They made it to prison. That's the lifestyle. That was in 2005. Moving forward, I got into school. I was told that I was going to be a loser. I was going to be nothing. The very next day, I was in school. And I graduated at the Dayton School of Medical Massage in 2008 as a certified massage therapist. Again, that desire and passion to help people, but I didn't know how I wanted to help people. So I'm just moving forward in life. That led me to the Columbus Center for Human Services in 2013, where I began my journey to help people. And then I learned how I could help people. Of course, like all of you, I started as a DSP. And I learned no matter the role, no matter the title, we are always DSPs at heart. Always. We love, we care, we're compassionate, and that never leaves. And I actually had a coworker ask me when I got an opportunity to move up, you're going to miss this, to be in touch with each individual that you come in contact with. And I said, well, we'll see. I don't miss it, because every day I'm still a DSP, and every day I get to help people, especially people with developmental disabilities. I've had more opportunities, such as being a case manager, a program director, and now a human resources retention and compliance manager. But again, this is not about me. This is about you. Finding your why, because I found mine. And now I'm here to help encourage you. Yes, this is emotional, and all of us have our own traumas to face, but that's where we're very alike, right? What I learned today, hearing other speakers, again, it inspired me. It encouraged me. We are all alike. We all have gone through something, and we're all learning to use it for the better. So this is what I hope that you understand about yourselves. Every day that you wake up to help people, it's your why. But sometimes you just got to dig a little deeper to find out where it came from. My passion to help others burned deeper as a DSP. Again, no matter the role or title, I learned that I could help others succeed, using my why to inspire each person's life journey. And on my wrist, it says Inspiring Life Journeys. It's what I get to do every single day of my life. Then I looked up the definition, and we heard this earlier from Chris. What is a direct support professional? And you can Google that. And it comes with a nice long term. A direct support professional is someone who works directly with people who have intellectual or developmental disabilities. DSPs aim to assist people in realizing their full potential. They help people become integrated and engaged in their community. And I found a little more. In the past, DSPs were trained as caregivers. But over the past few decades, the needs of those being served changed, just like we change and adapt every single day. Therefore, the roles of DSPs began to change. Now DSPs take on a different aspect and roles than caregiving. It is no longer about doing things for people. It is about helping people learn how to do things for themselves and encouraging people to live their best lives, right? Same with us. We should be living our best lives, okay? So I'm going to leave you today with some quotes and sayings that have helped me, that have helped my mindset through the years, that have kept me positive and given me ultimate perspective givers, because that's what we usually need. We need those perspective givers. And on the side here, learning to grow through your suffering. Again, we have all been through trauma. Many of us have blocked that trauma out. But what I encourage you to do is to face that trauma. Learn from that trauma and use it to not only better yourself, but to better those around you. So I listed a few things that I went through as a child: poverty, violence, rape, sexual inappropriation, abuse, neglect, vulgar, explicit language, disabilities, and of course, bad habits, along with many other traumatic things that I've heard, seen, all the above. But that's not what this is about. This is about inspiring each other to move past those things. So I'm going to leave you with some quotes today. Your past does not always create your future. You are not a product of your environment. Your mind is a powerful tool to utilize for better, not just yourself, but for others. We all have a choice. Every single decision, we have a choice. And nothing really gotten yelled at. And when I hear people not hold themselves accountable and say, I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice, right? But the key is to try to make the right choice. In order to move forward, you must face your past. And I heard this at the Leadership Launchpad last year as well, and it stuck with me, really stuck with me, because that's what I was facing at the time. I had to go deep into my past in order to move forward. Trauma lives within the mind, body, and soul. Always. But you can face it, and it does get better. You may not forget the trauma, but you can forgive those who inflicted the trauma upon you. I'll be honest, that's something I'm still working on. Forgiveness. It's hard, but I believe one day that I will. Not for them, but for me, right? In order to grow, you must learn through the pain. This is a powerful one for me, and I hope this sticks. Because again, you look at me today and you see the exterior, and you would never fathom that I've gone through what I've gone through, even though I've just given you a snippet of it, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. Instead, read through the pages. And that's a big societal issue that is caring for you. And that's a movement we could all work towards, right? Giving that opportunity to be greater. Last but not least, this is my all-time favorite. A negative attitude is the only true disability in life. So I hope you can get rid of that negative mindset and learn to use all the negatives and turn them into positives. All right? I encourage each and every one of you, all of you amazing direct support professionals, seriously, everything that you do on a daily basis is phenomenal. And you really are the word possible inside of impossible. So I hope to inspire you to dig deep and to find what your why is. Thank you very much for your time today. I greatly appreciate it.